Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you the absolute best way to lube the GAN Air SM. So you will need a GAN Air SM, obviously, a stack mat or something to cover your table, a rag to clean the pieces, your GES nuts, which should have come with the cube, Lubical Speedy, weight 3, DNM 37, and Lubical Silk. So first you're going to cover your table just to keep it nice and clean. And now you're going to start by disassembling the cube, so you can turn the top layer by 45 degrees and just pry an edge piece out, and then the rest will come apart easily after that. You also want to take the center caps off the core. I like to sort the corners and edges just to make it a little easier to tell which pieces I've already cleaned. Now you're going to take your rag and start cleaning all of the pieces. Make sure you do a good job of getting everywhere on the piece, and the edges are kind of tricky because you have to get the rag in all of the little cracks and grooves in the feet, but the corners are quite a bit easier because it's more of a simple design, and so again, really you just have to make sure you get everywhere. You can see that the piece on the left side hasn't been cleaned and the piece on the right has. All the gray stuff on the piece is dried up lube and you want to get all of that off. So you're just going to do this to all of the rest of the pieces. Once you have done that, you also want to clean the core. This is pretty easy. Just grab each side of the center piece and kind of rub it, and then turn the core and do it to all 6 sides. Now you're going to choose your GES nuts. I like the green nuts, a lot of people like the clear nuts. The blue nuts come pre-installed, so if you don't want to change them out, just use those. As you can see, I already have the green nuts in my cube, so I don't have to worry about changing them. You have to be really careful when opening these cases because they do like to spill. As you can see, each color has an extra except for blue because those come pre-installed, so it's just nice to have those extra ones there in case you lose one. There should be a tensioning tool in the middle of the case. You're going to use the medium-sized one. I don't even know what the other two are there for. And you're just going to unscrew all of the nuts on each side of the cube and take off the center pieces as well. You're also going to want to clean the screws on the core, so just take the screw in your hand and wipe it with a rag. Now that you have cleaned your entire cube, you're going to start lubing with Lubical Silk on the core. So just put a centerpiece on an axle, and then you're going to lube the threaded part at the top of the screw. So take your silk and just make a little bubble around the threaded part at the top of the screw. And when you screw the nut back on the cube, make sure it's flush with the top of the screw. This makes sure all of the sides are even. Next, we assemble the cube. I assemble it into a solved state so I don't have to worry about it being unsolvable and taking it apart. And I start by making a 2x2x2 block, like this. And then build another 2x2x2 block on the opposite side of the cube. And then place the 2 last corners in the bottom. Now we're going to take your weight 3 and cover the black part of the piece as well as the primary part, and we'll do that to the other corner too. So you're just going to smother the entire piece in lube as well as the primary part. You can't really see it because it's on camera, but you just want to cover all of it on both of the corner pieces. I forgot to mention that sometimes the tips on these syringes are too tight, so you might need to use a normal pair of pliers just to twist it off a little bit. Now you put in the last 2 edges of the first 2 layers of the cube, and then we'll assemble the last layer of the cube, leaving out 2 corners and an edge, because this is how we're going to lube the last bit. So you're going to take your Lubical Speedy and cover all the rest of the pieces here. You also want to make sure to get down in the feet of the edges because this lube will last the longest. Then we will put the last 2 corners in and then lube the feet of these corners. Now we'll put the last edge in and then wipe the cube just in case there's any lube on the outside and it's slippery. Now we'll break the weight 3 and Lubical Speedy in, and then we'll add the DNM 37 in just a minute. Next, we are going to take our DNM 37, and you're just going to lube underneath this corner here and the opposite corner down here. You're going to open up a little gap and just put one drop in the hole, and then do that to the other corner as well. The cube will be really fast at first, but I promise this slows down quite a bit and it'll be very controllable. So like I said, this is probably the best way I have found to lube the GAN-AIR SM. It makes it absolutely amazing, really fast but still controllable, and also gives it a really smooth feeling. So that's about it for this video. If you guys have any questions, then make sure you leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to be notified of any videos like this I post in the future. And as always, thanks for watching.